it's me, Ashton. Okay, so today I'm going to be telling a scary story. Well, it's not scary. It's like my craziest sleepover story, which this girl was very creepy, and I don't know, she was very disturbing. But okay, so I'm just gonna get right into it. So, it was like one of those nights where no one else could freaking have a sleepover, so I asked her if she could have a sleepover, and she was like new-ish, and she said, yeah, but she said that she'd rather sleep over at her house, and I hate sleeping over at other people's houses. It's like the worst thing ever because, well, normally their parents like want us to go to bed at like 9 o'clock or like, I don't know. I just feel like when I'm in my house, I can eat whenever, like whatever, I don't know, I just can do whatever I want. I just hate sleeping at other people's houses. I don't know why. But, so I was like, sure, whatever, because I was just bored. And so I go to her house, and she has this, like, she's like rich. She has this, like, huge mansion. So I was like, alright, cool. And so I'm at her house, and it's like nighttime, it's like midnight, and she's like, okay, I'm tired, let's go to bed. And I was like, alright, whatever. And so, and she was like, well, we could go to bed so that we can wake up early in the morning. And I'm like, I always think, like, why would I want to wake up early? Like, that's, what? No. So, she wanted to go to bed, so I was laying in her bed next to her, and all of a sudden, she just, like, shot up and was, like, out of bed and was, like, very creepily said, come and find me, and she just, like, ran off in her huge mansion, and I don't know why I had this one, I didn't even know where she went, and I was just, like, in her bed, like, looking around, like, what just happened? I'm very confused. And so I go, and I'm, like, walking around her mansion, and I can't find her, and, I see this, like, trail of Cheerios, and I was like, what? So I start following this trail of Cheerios, and, I followed it, and it led to her pantry, and she had, like, 3 different kitchens, so it was, like, the upstairs kitchen, and in her pantry was, the trail that was, like, she had a big pantry, so it, like, led inside there, too, and I was like, okay, and so I'm, like, following it, and there's her phone, and it's, like, a creepy freaking picture of a clown on her phone, and then it says, like, you know, on Snapchat, you could, like, draw whatever you want to write or whatever. And the drawing, it was, like, come and find me. And I was like, oh, God, okay. So I'm calling my mom. So I texted my mom and was like, Mom, I'm kind of scared. Like, I want to go home. And I was like, this was, like, in 6th grade. And, yeah, there was, like, a picture of a clown, and it said, come and find me. And I was like, oh, no, I do not want to find you. And so my mom didn't text back. And so I'm, like, walking around for, like, an hour trying to find this lady. I don't even know what to call her. And I was just very scared. I thought I was going to be murdered. I seriously thought about, like, picking up a knife out of one of her, like, 5 kitchens. So, anyways, I'm walking around. So then I decided to call my mom. And I'm calling her, and then right when my mom said hello, she jumps out of freaking nowhere. And I was like, where did you come from? And she's like, got you, and was, like, grabbing me. And she started, like, she put her hands around my neck and was like, I found you, got you. And I was like, what is going on? I dropped my phone, and my mom was like, hello, and I picked it up and was like, Mom. And she's like, and she grabs my phone and is like, nothing, never mind. She hangs up on my phone, and I was like, okay. And I was like, dude, I was looking around for you for, like, an hour. Where were you? And she's like, oh, we're playing hide and seek. And she's like, no. Why would you, and then she got all angry at me, and she's like, why would you ever call your mom? You can't go home. And she started, like, freaking out at me, and I was like, oh, what? And so, yeah, and she just started getting very angry at me, and then I was like, what was up with the clown? And she's like, you saw that? And I was like, oh, God. Everything about her was just so scary, and the next day, she's like, okay, so, well, we went to bed after that, and luckily, thank God she didn't do any more, like, crazy stunts. And so, like, the next day, she wakes up early, like, 6 in the morning, and I'm like, dear Lord. And so she's like, okay, so like, what do you want to do? What should we do? Let's hang out. And I was like, it was like a Sunday, and I was like, oh, I gotta go to church, even though I don't go to church. And I was like, I gotta go to church, so I gotta go home now. And so I called my mom to pick me up, and I told my mom to tell the mother that I had to go to church, and I don't go to church. And so, yeah, and then the next day at school, I never talked to her ever again. She always, like, went up to me and was like, oh my god, Ashton, we should have, like, another sleepover. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, no, it's not. I'm not gonna say her name, but she's really scary. I don't know her anymore, but, because I moved to a new school, but she was pretty creepy. Anyway, so that's my crazy sleepover story. I know it's really dumb, but, I mean, it was kind of scary at the time, especially when I followed those Cheerios and found a clown, a very scary clown. I'm not even scared of clowns, but that picture was like, no. Okay, well, I should probably get going, so bye.